Well, the Giants began play all the way back in 1925. And almost 100 years later, this venue was built to house their next era. MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Two of the NFL's best starts challenging each other here. Off we go in a Week 4 showdown. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Chubb. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Azeez Ojulari getting there for the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Reeled in by George Kittle. Broke through the tackle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
3rd and just 2 to go. Out of the gun, Daniels. Catch made by Mitchell. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st down, here's Daniels. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Let's go. 18 cards.
Again, Daniels to the air. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. No luck finding George Kittle with that one. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Quick pass, right side, complete. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense going for it here. 4th and 5. They're going for this. He connects downfield on 4th. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. They come through with a massive gain there on 4th down. 24 yards, and it's a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here, that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They've come out swinging to begin this contest as they've got it down to the 31. They give inside to Chubb. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Offense in the hurry up here. Second and 12 behind the sticks. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Daniels throwing on third. Don't try forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And the Giants are off to a great start defensively. They force a turnover on the opening possession. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First off, well, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Locked down. He lets a heater go deep. Middle of his first throw is an interception. And the Commanders will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
Finds his fullback. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Staying on the ground here with Chubb. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Daniels. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Andrew Phillips. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
It gives to Pacheco to start the drive. And he's going to be brought down after a small gain to the 18. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Giants in possession. They'll have it 2nd and 8. They're going play action. Flushed out of the pocket. On the move, looking deep down the middle. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. From the red zone now. This one's caught.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Really fired that one, but they couldn't connect.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. They'll run it with Pacheco. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Giants pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Lining up now to try the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's Chubb on 2nd down. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Dexter Lawrence on the tackle. They pick up one on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Quick throw, finds about right. That'll be a 20-yard hit on 4th down, Brock, and it keeps this drive moving.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. It's the Commanders, who have 1st and 10. A give to Chubb, running left. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Again, it's Chubb. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Ready up.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1.
Let's go. Huh.
Chubb will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try to field goal right now.
Hey, I know 3rd and 1 feels like an automatic running down, but after seeing that last play yield you nothing, this offense and that coordinator's got a seed of doubt. This defense playing some mind games with them.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Left side, gets it out quick, and it's caught. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders earn the chance to tie it before halftime. George Kittle, the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Commanders tie this game 7-7. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Dory Jackson now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. here comes the final play of our first half.
Here we go. Set.
A final throw before the break. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's out of bounds after pushing just past the 40. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Who knows when the deciding moment will come? We're underway in the second half of a deadlocked game. Jackson now to return it. Returns looking good so far. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35.
Well, we got ourselves quite a game today, a tie game coming into this third quarter. And what you're looking for is a little instant jolt of momentum coming out of the locker room. And that return spark that leads to that momentous fire.
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Derek Forrest able to make the stop. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He beams one deep right side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Looking to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Play action on first down. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he'll be out of bounds just a yard or two short of that 25. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation could create the big play down the field.
Throwing his lock. That's incomplete left side.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Pacheco gets it from the gun. He loses the football. And the Commanders pick this one up.
You're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for third down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it. You can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. And they'll likely be very protecting of the only one they've got remaining. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 37 on the play. And the Commanders will have a first. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
That throw finds Kittle. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Kid, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. The both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope we have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully, and the tight end, the beneficiary.
They're set up at the 35 now. Daniels on 1st down. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it sets up 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing now, Daniels. Throw left side, complete. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Play fake here, Daniels. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Here's Chubb. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No gain that time, and now it'll be second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Daniels, third and goal. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Bertolet able to knock it through. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give him the lead.
Jackson now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This, our last play of the quarter.
Here we go, here we go.
Lock to throw it. Taking a shot. Deep down the field it goes. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. The rookie out of UCLA has it. A nice takeaway to end that third quarter. And they're going to have a new possession waiting to start the fourth. It's the Commanders' ball. A chance. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. And off to Chubb to start the drive. Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
He just didn't quite have the last bit of burst needed to finish it off. But don't be surprised to see them go his way again soon and give him a chance to earn that touchdown.
And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Headed out right. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's first and goal. Here's Chubb up the middle. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Chubb trying to run his way in. And in a rarity today, he stopped at the line of scrimmage. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain. And now they're just inches short for third down.
chances of stalling this drive defensively seem bleak, but how about now? Look at those odds changing, Kate. Still not great, but you could feel a little momentum on their side. Maybe they can muster it up and get back-to-back stops.
A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. Working quickly here. Looking to throw. He's on the move. Pass caught by Odunze. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now a give left side to Pacheco. And he has it up to the 9-yard line before going down. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
Here we go, set.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. This could decide things. It's intercepted. Mike Sandra still makes the play. And the Commanders get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players,
pushing for the end zone, and he lost the football. It's not loose. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
well, that's...
So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's 2nd and goal. No run. This is Chubb. And in a rarity today, he stopped at the line of scrimmage. So rather than let the 2-minute warning hit, the defense burns the first of its timeouts. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Chubb. And he's in for the touchdown. The Commanders parlay the interception into points. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders make it a 10-point ball game. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Gray now on the return. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Giants gotta score in a hurry. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Oh, man, Brock. Somebody, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
Here we go.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. That's gets to his back, Nick Chubb. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He rolls to his right.
What a great play by the defense. Play breaks down, but that defense stays disciplined. Nobody loses control, and they end up stopping him for a loss.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down.
Let's go now.
They give inside to Chubb. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Third and long for him here. He fires one deep down the left sideline. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked up by Deonte Banks. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's going to be second down.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Second and 10 now. Trying to push it deep downfield. Brought in inside the 20. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal will tie this game in the fourth. So down inside the final minute, they're ready to try the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Commanders. That should just about lock up the win. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. Even with that kick, there wasn't much chance of pulling off the comeback. And now that they've failed to recover, partner, I'd say this one officially over and done with.
They went out taking every chance they could, right? Swinging as much as possible, but you just can't have this big a deficit this late in the game. Pete Carroll likes to say, can you win a game in the first quarter, the second quarter, third quarter? Nope. You win it when it matters in this league, and that's finishing in the fourth.
After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. Gray now on the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
Here we go, Shaq.
They go play action on first. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on first down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Here's Locke to the air. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up. It cost him that catch.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Looking to throw it. Trying to push it deep downfield. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. One final shot here. And it's caught for the touchdown. No time left, so a positive note at the very end in this loss. The Giants making a 4-point game here in the fourth. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. So now a big moment for the Giants as they line up for two. Running back sent in motion. He'll look to throw it. And he's got a man complete. And he will get into the end zone. That's going to cut the lead down to just 2. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So that's it for us here. Brock Huard, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders as we say so long from New York.
Troy Green